When I was younger, we lived in a one-bedroom house. My mother worked several jobs. My father did too, but it was just hard to keep things on the table. During the pandemic, when we shut down, I was working with a coffee house here, and they decided to take upon themselves to feed the elderly. And so I started helping out. I would go get meals, and I would deliver meals, and I would walk into people's houses, and they would say, I'm scared, I don't know what to do. You didn't have answers. It was just a rough time. It stayed with me. And then on June 17th of 2020, I lost my best friend. Leroy was my best friend. I met him when I was 14 years old, and I felt like there was nobody else who could connect with me. So when I lost him, it was like losing a piece of me. I wasn't eating, I wasn't getting up. Then I had a stroke. I could see people around me being like, hey, hey, come back, come back. But I saw this light. It was my grandma and my friend Edna and my friend Leroy. And I could hear Leroy telling me, like, you got more to do. If you don't want to go, you don't have to go. It was weird because all of a sudden I was just pulled back in. I know this sounds insane, but I was just pulled back in. And out of all that, the Harlandale Sunshine Pantry was created. Thank you, Mama. We live in the Harlandale School District and the south side of San Antonio. Our initial motto was, if you can't find the sunshine, be the sunshine. So that's why we called it the Harlandale Sunshine Pantry. Oh, cool. We had a donation of bread. I'm the pantry host and the co-founder, and we're a part of Povita IDAR, Free Little Pantry System. I don't get paid from this, neither does my sister. This is all just part of our heart. You know, everybody works so hard in this area. People are living paycheck to paycheck. If there is a paycheck, since COVID, it's kind of been, I mean, it was here before then, but it just got a little bit more intense after COVID. We're gonna put it in the trunk. But you see, it's the community that fills our pantry. They're the ones who contribute. It's not big business, it's neighbor to neighbor. That's how we get filled, our neighbors, and even the people who utilize it. Thank you so much, Esther. Well, I'll see you later. Okay, be careful.
In the middle of the pandemic, the first year of the pandemic, we just saw a need for free food. And so we felt like the pantry would be a good, anonymous way that people would be able to access food without having to go to a space and wear masks and worry about COVID and things like that.
When we first started, there was quite a bit of interest in what we were doing. So we were stocking once a week, and we were still getting donations that we were starting to sit on $300, $400. And we didn't think that it made sense to just sit on that, so we decided to help somebody else open another pantry. That is mold. So at this point, the San Antonio Pantry Network has 15 pantries in it, 12 that we had helped start.
For a lot of people, they want to do something good for their community, but they just need a little push. And so with fundraising the funds for the structure, giving them seed funds, bringing them into the network, is just enough of support for them to sort of take it and run with it. And Lotus has done that.
Lotus has run far.
Yeah, like she has been such a gift to her community.
When pandemic hit, we got set back. My husband and I both lost our jobs. We lost a car that I was paying on, we lost that. We did lose our apartment after a while. The food stamps that we did receive were not enough. It wasn't able to carry us over. I discovered one of the pantries online. It was a very cute little pantry. Had a sign on top of it, Hardendale Sunshine. Can I get a transfer? I would go to their pantry like at least once a week. They were just so up and bubbly and just so amazing and so friendly. I found a lot of community out there, those who helped and those who wanted help.
Let me see what else we got. Beans, cheese, corn. In a good week, you know, if the donations were good, I've spent like maybe $600. And that lasts 3 hours. It's such a need. We've been open for 2 years. I would have never in a million years thought that this was gonna be as big as what it is. Being able to serve the people the way we can, I just thought it was just gonna be fruit on the table. It was under my budget. Dang, we're good today.
The Little Free Pantry is an empty box that people fill with who they are. It seemed to me that it had something to do with our desire to reconnect as neighbors. Anytime I drive by it, there's food inside it that I didn't put there. I really did sketch it on a napkin in a bar. I took a photo of the pantry on the day of launch, and I asked my Facebook friends to like and share the page too. I think it was maybe 2 days later that I was talking to local media about it. I mean, that's how fast the concept got traction.
You've heard of the Little Free Library, right? Well, this is kind of the same concept, only this is a Little Free Pantry.
It's a movement that's starting to take off. Instead of books, it's stocked with food.
The Free Little Pantry project is popping up all across the country.
Families in Dearborn Heights are getting a helping hand from the Little Free Pantry.
Tulsa's Little Free Pantry.
A not-so-little free pantry. Across Metro Detroit in New Jersey.
Neighbors are helping neighbors tackle food insecurity on the south side. The Harlandale Sunshine Food Pantry was established during the pandemic, but the need has not slowed down.
You have a blessed day. With mutual aid, we all kind of are on the same focus. We're not trying to get paid. We're trying to get people fed. We're trying to get people clothed. We're trying to get them Narcan. We're trying to get them Plan B. We're trying to just get them to a better life. It's just making sure that your neighbor has what they need. Hello, Julie. This is Lotus with the Harlandale Sunshine Pantry. I have your items for you. You want to get in, honey?
We know that we have to take care of each other. And we see how much the systems that are in place to take care of us don't. What do you think? Should we put one up here? Aside from food in the pantry, we've also had Narcan, the medication to reverse an opioid overdose, Plan B, condoms. There are so many things that it doesn't really make sense to put behind a paywall. Our child Ira is already picking out toys and stuffed animals to give to the pantry kids.
That is the biggest plus that has come out of all of this with Ira and us. It's really showing them that other people are worthy.
What the mini pantry does for the stewards and the caretakers really is as important as what it's doing for the folks that it's feeding.
Thank you.
I've learned more about myself. I've learned more about my neighbors, about my city and my state and my world because of this movement.
We shall not We shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved.
Over 60% of the growth in the mini pantry movement has happened because of the pandemic. This is something that people could do that can come together pretty quickly. There were so many more folks struggling. It was impossible to not see it. The scale was just so massive. So I think there were a lot of people who were kind of realizing that their neighbors were really, really struggling for the first time, even though many of those neighbors had been struggling prior to that. The turnover is really, really rapid. The time that it takes for someone to put food in and then take it out, it's just so surprising. It does not matter where they are. Communities and neighbors need all of the food they can get.
There's massive amounts of hunger in San Antonio, pandemic or not. There's massive amounts of hunger in Texas, in the US. There's also, unfortunately, for a lot of folks, a sense of stigma with getting help. But with these pantries, not only do folks not have to deal with somebody else potentially seeing them in this moment of vulnerability, but also there's that opportunity immediately to reciprocate or to know that you're helping me now, all right, I'm coming back in a week when I get paid to help you. A lot of folks do that.
We've always wanted to give back. It's just I always kept saying, it's never a good time, it's never a good time. But then I'm like, when is it ever a good time? And I just started giving back. Anything off that $5 table, 100% proceeds go to the Harlandale Sunshine Food Pantry, so much appreciated. We have a small shop. We sell candles, local artwork from vendors here in San Antonio. Event, yes, you're welcome. No, thank you, appreciate it. I named it 210 Underdogs because we were overlooked. Some of us fell through the cracks. Underdog is someone who gets back on top.
Good day.
Good day, man. Rock on, man. Totally a good day. I remember the first few times that we had used not just your pantry, but other pantries in the past. And I remember going with my basket and I'm looking around and I was just kind of like, how did I get this low? How did this happen? You're doing something amazing and it all started with you. And I mean, we're here because of you.
Time for lunch.
I'm not gonna say that it's been easy. Like, I couldn't afford Christmas presents for my kids last year.
No, I'm gonna share with him. Yeah.
And I'm not the only one. It's not always about just you and your struggle, you know what I mean? It's about a whole. All of us can get through this together.
She told me that it's just one little bit we're doing, it helps. Every little bit helps. And I'm very proud of that.
I'm seeing these put in by Democrats and Republicans and socialists and anarchists and Black Lives Matter and police departments and schools. People who are on opposite sides are doing this thing together.
It wasn't a grand scale idea. It was something small that one person could do.
People are really struggling, and it's not a lack of will or a lack of education. It's really about a lack of access. It's really about the systems that are in place that make it difficult for people to get up on their feet. There's no red tape with the free pantry. Take what you need, give what you can. It's so simple.
This is sort of like treating others the way you want to be treated.
It just takes one person with an idea that puts it to action that can really change the trajectory.
The more folks that are thinking about food insecurity, the closer we might get to actually do something about it.
I used to watch my mother at night look out the window and worry where things were gonna come from. And I used to want to just take that stress away from her. And knowing that I did that for someone, it goes back to like what my grandma used to say, you know, we're all connected. And I would hope that the world would learn that this small step can be something great. It's just regular people trying to change it. We can show that you can do it too. I'm so proud of you.